I thought you only get fired for physical.
Now there's a long list of reasons that niggas would get fired. A long list, but you're not that ready. It's a long list. But gang, family, loyalty.
And sometimes when it's dry,
no, stop. But why do you do that?
I'm talking to God.
Niggas don't gotta talk.
A trick. That's a trick you're doing. Because if there's a long list and you have the list in your mind, it's no more loyalty. You already have the list. It's just you waiting for whatever you're waiting for, or to when you feel like you want to do it. That's how I feel.
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Yo, this has been happening for years at this point with these two, and I've been speaking on it for years at this point with these two. And Joe even alluded to me speaking on it when he brought up they are having an alpha male battle when I said it. Flip doesn't seem to understand this though, but now with all the events and seeing the energy Flip came in initially on the Patreon today, I'm going to put all this together for y'all. And a lot of people are saying that have the $10 tier, because today's Monday. Today is a $10 tier Patreon drop. A lot of them are saying they didn't receive it. They're asking what episode is this? So instead of Joe putting it behind the paywall, he just upped the tier of the Patreon. Apparently, he just put it up in the 25 and up tier. So sneaky play behind Joe. But anyway, Flip, you came in and you were lightning in the bottle to the JBP. Joe didn't know what to do with you, but he had also never experienced a boost that he received from you prior to you. So he let you get all your shit off in the beginning, all of it. Breaking the fourth wall, speaking on everybody's business, being erratic. And then, in order to tame you, in order to gain control over the situation again, he started implementing rules. And because you didn't come in with any rules, you took offense to that. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Why are you trying to tame me? He's trying to check you. But at the same time, you have to call this into question, Flip. Because initially, once you figured out the numbers and once you figured out that Joe was playing you, because that was the real reason behind you quitting Improper Improv. You found out that Joe was going to get the upper hand over you. And shout out to Elevation, because that's another video. That was probably the first initial video where you and I started going back and forth. When I tore your ass a new one in that video. You discovered a whole bunch of shit that you did not like. So you quit. Once Joe saw that you weren't going to be a quote-unquote team player anymore, he flipped the script on you. And this is why I'm confused, because you can't see this play. You can't see this play. He's not trying to fire you, Flip. Because if he was, you would have been gone already. Yet for whatever reason, your initial tactic was, I'm going to quit. Notice how that switched, because now you're afraid of getting fired. How does that work? Oh, because he called your bluff too. The only reason Joe is confident that you're not going to quit is because when he first suspended you for a long period of time, and this happened a long time ago, and another thing I predicted, when you got suspended with pay for that month and everybody thought you were just on vacation or you got arrested or that was the reason you was missing work, Joe realized then, oh, he does need this job. And it's not because you were receiving pay on suspension, which is something we'll come back to later. It was because while on suspension, that's when you kicked up and turned up on your page. Because I remember, Flip, your page went dormant. It went dormant for months because you were trying to find your footing on the JBP. And if y'all don't peep the signs, Mona's going through the same thing right now. And I'm finna get juicy on Joe on the Patreon, so y'all subscribe to that. It's gonna be on the free tier too, so you don't even have to pay. Just go subscribe to Patreon. Joe scooped you while you were at your lowest, because we use the tax problems as the main reason, but you were going dormant on your page anyway. He sparked you up. You sparked him up as a result, and then you started popping on your page during your suspension. So now Joe's like, oh, shit. I don't have any control over that. I don't have any equity over that. And then, if you don't remember, this past April, well, shit, I guess it's been a year and a half now. So last April, when Flip was doing all the reactions to the Kendrick and Drake beef, Joe put a stop to that. And that was the first time that he had reached out to Flip on his own shit and put a stop to it. So they've been having a back and forth this entire time. They are gaslighting each other. Because Flip knows Joe doesn't want to fire him because he brings up the past, but I still think Flip has leverage at the JVP. Flip still brings some type of an audience outside of what is originally there for Joe and the rest of them. Joe knows this. But Joe also knows Flip isn't just trying to quit. He's not trying to lose this consistent check. Because, yes, Flip does numbers. And quick side note, and this might be a little long of a breakdown for it to be a side note, but who cares? I'm in that type of mood today. Flip, you starting to get on my fucking nerves, nigga. You starting to get on my fucking nerves because I know you're saying this shit to take a shot at me and others like me. Possibly Danny, but I don't think you're talking about Danny. Every time you're like, A, Joe built us up in the community, and B, you have faith in yourself and you're taking a leap on yourself. Flip, for the first 7 years of your YouTube career, you were doing skits and everything that you needed to do to get noticed. The same thing Danny and I are doing when we speak on Joe Budden. This is the thing we're known for right now. All the notoriety is here, so we're continuing to speak on it. But if we look at the analytics of each other's channels, I really don't think you could talk to us like that. Financially, of course. But if we're going based off of the numbers, my videos average 6K views each video. And that's a 5K view or lower is a bad video for me. I have 8,000 subs. You could do math, and if you can't, get a calculator and see what the percentages of that is. Danny, shout out to Danny. He's exploding right now. He got like 35.4, I think. Or no, I'm sorry, 36.4 thousand subs right now. His videos average 18 to 22,000 per video. Get a calculator and do the math on those videos. But if we go look at your channel, you're at 1.3 million subscribers, and your averages are the same as Danny's. And of course you have videos that spike and go 70, 80,000, 100,000, but that's not what your channel's averaging. And even if it was, that would be 10% of your audience. Please stop speaking to people that can get an audience solely by speaking. Danny and I don't even show our face. People literally come to these channels to hear what it is we have to say, and then they go about their day. You have to hope that one of your topics that you speak on pops off. I get it. I'm not supposed to be talking to the big money niggas like this, but they need to see everything and put it in perspective before they keep talking shit about us. Flip, you were doing the same thing for a far longer period of time than Danny and I or anybody else that speaks on Joe has been doing. This whole community has only existed for 3 years. If we're doing this 5 years from now and only this, then come back and talk to us. But anyway, like I said, that was going to be a couple of minutes. I'm sorry. I'm in the zone. Joe isn't playing Flip like a fiddle, though. He's not. He's not. Because Flip is going to eventually pick up on all the signs, and he's going to go on a suspension. He's going to go on a self-described suspension. Hey, I need to take a couple of episodes off. Then what's going to happen? Joe's not going to fire him. He's not. He's not. There's a reason that Joe is hiring more and more people. He's trying to replicate the initial spark that Flip brought. Y'all can disagree with me all y'all want, but I do find it very telling that he has hired Mona on literally the exact same circumstances as Flip, minus the tax problems. The exact same circumstances. And Mona is already showing and voicing her displeasure with how things are going behind the scenes and on in front of the scene. She don't give a damn. She's letting it be known. I'm going to have to check how I watch her too. But anyway, Flip, you actually have more leverage than you realize. Hey, and in conclusion, Joe, all of this can be solved by solely saying, Flip, I appreciate your contribution and mean it. This is the cold part. Joe leaked his numbers, and he could retain Flip forever, honestly, if he gave Flip an open and genuine acknowledgement. He wouldn't even ask for a higher check. I guarantee it. Because how Flip operates, he operates how them old school niggas operate. And I'm not trying to say that Flip is an old soul, but this is how old school niggas that used to be bullies operate. They always respect the nigga that can stand their ground and let them niggas know after the blow up how they feel. And if they respect you and you openly respect them, they will die for you. That's how I view Flip. If Joe openly acknowledged the things that Flip brought to the JBP, he would never have to pay him more than he does ever again. And then at the same time, he would get Flip to stop acting like this. Because you brought this upon yourself, Joe. All because you're trying to let Flip think that you think he's not valuable. And we all know the case. Your actions say that. Your actions say that. Because you got the narrative to flip from Flip quitting to you firing Flip. How did that happen? But y'all let me know. Guys, I'm not playing. I got another break from the work place at 6 o'clock. Don't let me have something else to record, because I will record something else. And besides, I already got another Patreon video uploaded. It's about Joe. Joe, you're a mastermind, but I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Y'all discuss with me on Patreon. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you have it. If you have, you already know how we rocking over here. You already know what it is. We gonna keep turning it up. See y'all later. Peace.